you come over here, it's gonna be different.
What the f are you gonna do? What the f are you gonna do? What the f are you gonna do?
This is crazy. Let him go, let him go, let him go.
She good, let her cool out.
Amid the bustling center of New York City, where people pursue their goals and frequently break their hearts, a terrible crossroads confronted Chrissy Lampkin, whose relationship with Jim Jones had always been. Engaging story full of love, laughter, and a common goal for the future together. They were a prominent couple in the public eye, receiving praise for their dedication and passion. Yet a secret lurked beneath the glamour and elegance. Demolish all they had constructed, and the evening started just like any other after a long day. Chrissy was eager to relax when she got home. She had dinner and warm chats with Jim on her mind, but as she became comfortable in the familiar ease of her apartment after initially ignoring a notice on her phone, she suddenly felt the urge to check social media for no apparent reason. What she learned shocked her from the bottom of her heart.
Why?
Because I'm tired tonight.
I have something to say. Jimmy, sitting on Jimmy's lap.
What's going on?
It's okay. She don't care.
No, here's
We're
what
okay
happened.
with this. Are you
Look
okay
at
with
me.
that?
Look at me. Look at me.
What's wrong with you?
Grab hands with one another, please. You all should be together.
There were rumors circulating. Her stomach twisted like a jagged knife when she learned that Jim had gotten another woman pregnant. The shock was almost physical, with every heartbeat echoing the betrayal. How could the man she had loved so deeply betray her trust in such a profound way? The weight of the revelation left her breathless as she read through posts and comments to piece together the story. Chrissy was overcome with a range of emotions, including anger, bewilderment, and pain. Chrissy's life was suddenly haunted by sadness, a secret girlfriend who appeared out of nowhere. All the years they had spent together felt like a terrible delusion, with their promises crumbling. How Jim had concealed such a significant aspect of his life was a mystery to Mary in the days that followed, shrouded in layers of falsehoods and deceit. It was Chrissy who became absorbed in during a turbulent storm. Friends came together. Every discussion served as a reminder of the life she believed she had today, despite her attempts to provide consolation and support. With every instant that went by, she realized that she would not be a victim, despite the fact that she was broken by treachery and felt the weight of concern and sympathy from those close to her. Chrissy became more determined after realizing that this was about more than just Jim's adultery. It was about taking back her story. She had spent years creating a life with him, and she wasn't going to let his decisions define her. Rather than giving up, she chose to rise like a phoenix. She started to consider getting a divorce after the ashes. It was more than just a formality, it was a sign of empowerment. Chrissy started to see a future in which she would be free from the bonds of treachery and could experience new opportunities and adventures. With the help of her friends, she managed the difficult process of going through a divorce, paperwork, and speaking with legal professionals who were determined to take charge of her life. When the time came to face Jim, the atmosphere was tense as they met in their common area. The walls that had previously seen their laughter now felt like a prison. As she readied herself to confront him, Chrissy's heart pounded, but she secretly felt compelled to stand out and tell him how badly he had hurt her. Her voice was firm and steadfast as she laid out the facts. "You broke our trust, Jim," she said, her eyes locking onto Jim's. "You made choices that destroyed everything we had. I deserve better than this." Jim's demeanor changed from defensive to remorseful, and he stammered as he tried to explain his actions. With each word, she felt the weight lifted off her shoulders, reclaiming her power and reclaiming the narrative that had been so drastically altered as they parted ways that day. In the next few weeks, she was prepared to face the future and embark on a journey that was all hers. Chrissy devoted herself to self-discovery, reconnecting with old friends, pursuing passions she had neglected, and even taking time to travel and experience new things. As the city lights gleamed against the night sky like stars, each adventure strengthened her conviction that beauty could still exist in the midst of sadness. Chrissy welcomed the exciting opportunities that awaited her now that Chrissy was ready to write her own story, one full of love, self-empowerment, and newly discovered freedom. After emerging from the ashes of betrayals, stronger than ever and with her spirit untouched by Jim's decisions. In the end, Chrissy realized that often the most difficult journeys result in the most transformational experiences. With an open heart, she bravely embarked on a journey into a life shaped by her own decisions, one that promised to be full of rich, bright, and completely her own in New York City's bustling center, where people pursue their aspirations and frequently break their hearts. Chrissy Lampkin was at a terrible crossroads. Her relationship with Jim Jones had always been a fascinating story, full of love, laughter, and a shared vision of a future together. They were a power couple, praised by the public for their dedication and passion, but beneath the glitz and glamour was a secret that threatened to destroy everything they had worked so hard to achieve. The evening started like any other. After a long day, Chris was eager to relax at home. Her mind was full of ideas for dinner and warm chats with Jim. But as she got comfortable in her apartment, she noticed a notification on her phone. At first, she ignored it, but then she quickly felt the urge to check social media for no apparent reason. Her whole being was rocked by what she found out.
Why? Because I'm tired tonight.
I have something to say. Jimmy, sitting on Jimmy's lap.
What's going on?
It's okay. She don't care.
No, here's
We're
what
okay
I-
with this. Are you
Look
okay
at
with
me.
that?
Look at me. Look at me.
What's wrong with you?
Grab hands with one another, please. You all should be together.
Yeah, you should all be.
Rumors had started to circulate. As she scrolled through posts and comments, piecing together the story Chrissy felt, the weight of the revelation left her breathless. The rumors of infidelity soon came to a head, and the shocking revelation that Jim had gotten another woman pregnant felt like a jagged knife twisting in her gut. The shock was almost physical, with each heartbeat echoing the betrayal. The woman, Chrissy's secret girlfriend, had appeared out of nowhere, a specter haunting the edges of her life. In that moment, all the years they had spent together felt like a cruel illusion, their promises dissolving into thin air. How had Jim managed to hide such a monumental part of his life? The answers eluded her, wrapped in layers of lies and deceit. In the days that followed, Chrissy was engulfed in a flurry of emotions, including anger, disbelief, and an aching sadness. Friends came around to support and console her during a storm of turbulence. But every discussion was a reminder of the life she believed she had today, and the pain was overwhelming her. Broken by betrayal, she felt the weight of concern and sympathy from those close to her. But in the midst of the chaos, one thing became clear: she would not be a victim. As time went on, her resolve grew stronger, and she understood that this was about more than just Jim's infidelity. It was about taking back her story. She had spent years creating a life with him, and she wasn't going to let his decisions define her. Rather than giving up, she made the decision to shine like a phoenix. The idea of getting a divorce started to germinate in her head after the ashes. It was an act of empowerment as much as a legal one. Chrissy started to picture her future, one free from the bonds of betrayal, one that could bring her new opportunities and adventures. With the help of her friends, she managed the difficult divorce process, sifting through paperwork and speaking with legal professionals, determined to take charge of her life when the time came. Jim tension was high when they assembled in their common area, and the walls that had formerly seen their laughter now felt confining. Chrissy's heart pounded as she got ready to confront him, but she secretly felt compelled to tell him the truth and show him how badly he had hurt her. She presented the facts in a calm and unflinching voice. Jim's attitude changed from defensive to regretful as he stumbled while trying to defend his behavior, but Chrissy wouldn't let his justifications get to her. "You shattered our." In the weeks that followed, Chrissy threw herself into self-discovery, reconnecting with old friends and pursuing her dreams. She said, "Trust Jim," her eyes locking onto his. "You made choices that destroyed everything we had. I deserve better than this." With each word, she felt the weight lifted off her shoulders, reclaiming her power and taking back the narrative that had been so drastically altered as they parted ways that day. As the city lights twinkled like stars against the night sky, she took time to travel and explore new places and experiences, reaffirming her belief that life could still be lovely even after grief. Chrissy welcomed the exciting opportunities she had discovered. Stronger than ever, her spirit unaffected by Jim's decisions, she was prepared to build her own story. One that was full of love, self-empowerment, and newly discovered freedom from the ashes of betrayal. The conclusion, Chrissy realized that often the greatest transformational experiences come in the most difficult ways. She bravely entered a life shaped by her own decisions, one that promised to be rich, colorful, and wholly her own, while keeping her heart open to new possibilities.
Here with a smile on your face, like everything is a joke too. Your mother was getting a massage, and Zeke was getting a lap dance in my backyard. Why? Because you make them feel like